The definition of a homosexual is someone characterized by the tendency to direct sexual desire toward another of the same sex. The definition of homosexuality includes those who decide to act or indulge in their sexual desire toward someone of the same sex. The difference is, homosexuals don't necessarily indulge in their desire towards someone of the same sex, but those who practice homosexuality do.
The pros of homosexuality include there are no gender rules or roles, there is raw freedom and honesty, there is social reformation, more children are likely to be adopted, and there is a broader sense of community.
Cons of homosexuality. The institution of marriage has traditionally been defined as between a man and a woman, as it is stated in Genesis 2:24. Therefore a man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. Homosexuality weakens the traditional family values essential to our society. It also confuses children about gender roles and expectations of society. In Leviticus 18:22, the Lord says the following: "You shall not lie with a male as with a woman, it is an abomination." And in Leviticus 20:13, he says, "If a man lies with a male as he lies with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination, they shall surely be put to death, their blood shall be upon them."
From a Christian perspective, the Bible never minces words when it comes to homosexuality. The men of Israel were warned by God not to lie with the males with the woman. It is an abomination according to Leviticus 18:22. The Hebrew word tophet, abomination, appears in the Hebrew Bible and almost always conveys great repugnance. Paul wrote to the men of Corinth, charging them not to lay with the male prostitutes in 1 Corinthians 6:9, and Romans 1:26 called such behavior shameful. However, can't the argument be made that these teachings are archaic? And speaking mostly to the people of the time, has God gotten over his repugnance? And is the Christian community of today simply too legalistic in its teachings? Some Bible students would like to clump the prohibition of homosexuality into the same cultural instructions like washing feet or wearing veils. If such teachings on homosexuality were sporadic and random, then we would have to agree. From as far as the early as the Torah to the later epistles of Paul, the prohibition never changes. God never changes, as confirmed in James 1:18. From beginning to end, the scriptures condemn same-sex intimacy. Homosexuality is deemed a perversion of the intended design and a sin. To suggest that there can be a gay Christian is to construct the terms on which we are to be saved and strip Christ of his authority and justice. But this can be held true against any sin. God calls us to complete and utter surrender, not on our terms, but on his. We are reminded by 1 Corinthians 6:19-20 that our bodies were bought at a price, and they are no longer our own, and we must use them to honor God above all else. So where does that leave us? Sin is sin. As the old saying goes, if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. The Bible never singles in on same-sex intimacy above any other sin, but never condones and never accepts. What is there is the perfect instruction left by the perfect master. We are called to love recklessly, we are called to communicate, and we are called to lead. Jesus was a master bridge builder towards all hearts. Let us take from his example and do the same.